So, good evening. So, we begin the today practice by bringing our mind back to this very present moment. When you think of your mind in this present moment, it means usually our mind is occupied by something, thinking of something, engaging in something, or analyzing something. So, when we think of this very moment, so what is this very moment? It means it's called now. So most of the time, when in this very moment, we try to grasp at this moment, like then we try to make the decision because in every moment of our life, the five OMI mental present factor will be there. There will be contact, feeling, discrimination, attention, and intention. So always there. So even whatever you see, you do not cognize at the moment, give a verbal thing, but it's planted inside the imprint. It's very planted inside the imprint. So it's very powerful. So imprint are very powerful. So sort of imprint. That's why when we do animal liberation, we need to go around the stupa. So the animal doesn't know he's going around the stupa, but because of the power of the holy object, the animal will plant the particular cause to meet the teaching of the Buddha again, or be free from suffering. That's why holy objects are very, very important. We are unable. That means without the aircraft, Sesifu will not be able to fly to this place, that place, and try to go many places without the use of the aircraft, without something. So right now, the Dharma is the only vehicle. Like we use car to drive to a certain point, but we use the vehicle of Dharma, the path, so to free ourselves, like traveling to a certain place that out of samsara. So the traveling is not like a physical thing that you travel, but it's like something that you go away from something. So there are many teachers who say what is Dharma. It's like prostration Dharma, it's a reciting prayer Dharma, it's meditation Dharma. Nothing become Dharma till the motivation become Dharma. That's what was the main famous thing Lama Tisha say. There was a monk who sit in a monastery outside. He see Lama Tisha every day. So he saw that he's reciting prayer. So he said, "Oh, mom, very good. You're very good that you're reciting prayer, but it's better to practice the Dharma." So he thought maybe Dharma is not reciting prayer. We made meditation. So when we meditate, then saw Lama Tisha. Then Lama Tisha say, "Oh, it's very good that meditating, but it's maybe better to practice the Dharma." So he thought that maybe I didn't get it correct. So maybe he started, or maybe must be prostration, must get it from beginning. So he prostrate. Oh, it's very good at doing prostration, but it's better to practice Dharma. Oh, then that time you really get like, oh, then so what is really Dharma? Then Lama Tisha say, give up this life. Give up this life is not that you don't care about anything. Because that we no longer focus on the object of this life. Then we say give up this life for ordinary being means what we have externally. That means the external success we think is really important, really, really very important. So the success of the particular practice that we're engaging right now, it had to be done repeatedly over a long period of time. How long? Till you start to um so you like to realize that external things don't last very long. It should be the first realization that you have. You have to think, is this ice cream really very nice, a cornetto? Yeah, me on a hot day, you're hungry, it's nice. Maybe next time I try two or three. He said, not so nice already. So how come like this? Because from the side of the object, it's not that something to produce the delicious of everything. But there's still a very gross way of understanding. So that's called suffering of changes. So the suffering of something we all know, but the compounded pervasive suffering, that means our mind under the control of self-grasping, self-cherishing. Oh, that is something that most of us will not even hear about it, not least about trying to get out from it. We don't even know what is it. So we are preoccupied, very preoccupied with affair of this life, very much preoccupied with affair of this life. So when you talk about right now we want to practice the Dharma. So when we trying to practice the Dharma, nothing become the Dharma till the mind become Dharma. So your mind must be totally 100% here. So our breath is always with the body. When we're aware of our breath, we're aware of the body. When you're aware of the body, you can aware where you're sitting or where you are sitting on the chair or sitting on the floor, cross-legged. So you're aware of your body and you're aware you're here right now, this moment. And we let our breath do the job. Just being aware of the breath. After you're aware of the breath, your mind start to move. Your mind start to, so the object of meditation is called awareness. That means you want to focus on awareness. I know. So it's not so important what object you know, but the more important is that I know. I know I'm hearing sound. I'm not engaging a sound. I know I'm smelling something, but I'm not engaging with the smell. I know I'm thinking, but I'm not engaging with the particular thought. I know of my heart beating, but I'm not engaging with the heart beating, how fast, how slow. I'm just engaging in a very, we call it letting in a very silent way, sitting very straight, very still, very silent, just being aware. This becomes the very fundamental for you to start your journey inwards. It's like almost on the launch pad, a rocket going to the moon. So now America is going to go to the moon. Sometimes I say that I really the country so luan, right? Then you go to the moon. So what you go to the moon, Cannot understand. To me, maybe to the scientist means everything. I can go moon. I say, yeah. Nothing very special, correct? So what you go moon? There's still so much suffering. I cannot blame them here because they will never hear the Dharma. They never hear what is really called important, what really matters. So for us, what really matters right now? For us, what really matters right now? Of course, there are certain things called needs, certain things called wants. So our needs are important. That means basic need of food, water, clothing, food, water, clothing. Air, you no need to, no one can own your air, lah. But if it's in a container, but when you break the container, they become free air. So we cannot say that we own what our air, but we need food, clothing, we need water, and we need some place to stay, some medicine if there's need. So you realize that if you make it very simple, you actually need this, like somewhere to stay where you got a clothes. So food, water, clothing, and somewhere to stay. So basic four. You think about it, is it correct? So maybe sometimes you're not well, you need some medicine, but you don't need always have a lot of medicine. But some of us take some supplement, whatever thing, but that should not be the main one. So you need very basic to survive. So once we are able to live on very basic, we understand this, then it's the very beginning of a serious practitioner, really. The serious practitioner will understand that. Don't get too distracted by what you wear, what you see, whatever thing. The more important thing is what you're thinking, what is in your mind. So to do the meditation is to bring our awareness back to this very moment. So are you aware of your own presence? When inside the room, are you aware of your own presence or you're aware of other people's presence? Are you aware that you are here? If you don't think about it, your mind is always outward looking, looking at something, engaging in something constantly, constantly. We really need to stop that process in the beginning, a very deliberate way, very deliberately. Okay, I'm going to watch you. I'm not going to engage with you. To a certain point, you're pretty good at it. You're able to straight away disengage from all the sensorial input, eye, ear, nose, taste, touch, and thought. You're quite good. You're able to disengage pretty fast. Couple of breaths. I'm back here. I'm back. Looking inwards at the thing. Some of us got the good fortune to meet His Holiness Dalai Lama personally. So inside the presence of His Holiness, you almost cannot feel yourself. You only feel His presence, because that's like you just like wow. That moment your mind go blank because not go non-conceptual. Why you go blank? Because inside his mind is non-conceptual. He's not post any object. He do not think of anything. Everything that he do to you is spontaneous. Spontaneous. No need to think. He no need to think like using a concept, thinking what to express. But he will show the aspect like he thinking no. It's beyond the concept. So because he's non-conceptual, he also make you non-conceptual in his presence. You wow. Like almost you got no thoughts because his mind affected your mind at a very fundamental level. So some of you say, wow, Sifu, I go to his holiness blessing. I stand in front of him, he look at me, I look at him, my mind went blank. Then after the next moment, the gut will pull you, then over already in a public blessing. So why you went blank? Because it's non-conceptual mind. So awaken your non-conceptual mind. So your mind at that moment you can't think because he overwhelmed, super overwhelmed you. So when I see his holiness, I must think strongly. I'm gonna ask this question, I'm gonna ask this question, I'm gonna ask this, then go inside there, then I can say the word. Don't have, I will go blank. Then the next moment you push up, finish, then so fast. So you go blank. So it because of the non-conceptual mind. So can this non-conceptual mind be trained? Yes. Yes. Do we need to do this? Well, if you want to be a very good practitioner, want to live samsara forever, and you want to do the best thing for all the sentient beings, then this is indispensable. It's inevitable. You have to do meditation. There's no other way. So before you meditate, you need to study. You really need to study. If you don't study what to meditate on, what to abandon, what to cultivate, you cannot sit here, okay, like you can, no, they're not, because not supported by the prior condition. So Lama Tsongkhapa is an incredible great scholar, incredibly great scholar. So at the same time of his lifetime, there's another one more great scholar of the Nyingma tradition called Longchenpa. Great scholar, great yogi, great teacher, amazing one. So when I saw his the queen, the king Amma, right, he gave me the Longchenpa, the treasury of Dhammadhatu. Suddenly I felt, wow, there must be some imprint that I have from a past life that someone meet you just for a little while time. And this book was only recently translated that I received the book. So I felt I tried when I start to join the dots backwards, so I say, maybe there's something that's going to happen. So I feel suddenly I felt, oh, 很安慰 that okay, not bad still lah, still got chance to do this. So for all of y'all who are really serious, you need to study. So when I say study, so right now, as I give my sharing with you, like whenever I do 直播, right? So now of y'all, like whoever online right now, right? If I do not say I'm going to be live, probably you're doing something else. Oh yes, no, I do something else. You probably don't count. But it's important. At what point? Because most of us tend to be, always talk the same thing. Well, could be, but in the present could be sort of the same thing of doing something together, right? In the thing, if you deliberately cultivate the habit, right, then become much more easier for you. In the beginning, you need to put effort, but at a certain point, they become less deliberate. You become more spontaneous, more spontaneous. In the very beginning, you need to deliberately bring your mind to the object of meditation, means awareness, see but not engage, see but not engage. And you're quite good. It's like last time, usually I will get angry immediately. But right now, because of your meditation, you're able to see the object but don't get angry because you are thinking right now because of the familiarity of the power meditation that make your mind aware. And then that awareness gives the timing for you not to react immediately based on imprint, So this is really very important. So presence is something that all of us. So when you are with the great teachers, you are with the great people, then you're always in a form of presence. And you start to practice based on their instruction for a long period of time, like 5 years, then 10 years, then 15 years. Then then you realize that their presence is Dhammakaya and they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're always with you. You're always surrounded by their presence. Once you're able to get this feeling, or like to say you're very stable already, you know where you stop. That's why the great teacher that Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche, never shall I forget my guru, and I shall always pray to him. Never, never, never. Never shall I forget sentient being, and I will dedicate all my merits to them. Never shall I so do not forget, never shall I forget my own immortality, death, for I shall persist in my practice. Do not be distracted or thought, watch the nature of your mind. So the great teachers got this thought, never forget. I remember I did some ABC before we built. We got one fundraising activity in 1993. No, 2003. Or start in 1996 when they buy the new ABC land. So this year, right, is our 30th year, right? Since the day on the very morning, I decided to kichiu, I say, okay, we buy this piece of land opposite ABC. So I felt quite okay, like at least I was part of that little decision-making process. A lot of us, 6 of us went there. The guy wanted to sell the thing. It was a Geylang hotel, small hotel. I think it's called Sing Long or something like that. I can't remember the name already. But I remember at the second point of time, Rinpoche went to visit the place. Rinpoche came this day. We went across. I remember that the owner of the guy sit down. Rinpoche that time got by show the aspect of having diabetic. The person give one bottle of kamchi orange juice. I remember Roger, but Rinpoche drink all the orange juice, the kamchi, That morning I say, yes, we should buy this piece of land. So now it's 30 years already, 30 years. So during that period of time, we sell $2. So we go and buy one car from Tanchong, but without COE pay one. We say we buy one car. Whoever get the car must buy his own COE, must pay for his own COE. So we go and sell cheap grade at the time. We sell ticket. We was for quite a long period of time. So some Sunday I will stand outside Simalu Guanyin Miao. Then I will take the Tongkong, and say that time because we apply for a license, so we can at the public there canvassing for the thing. So people can put whatever amount, whatever. It was not like sell ticket, I was whatever amount help to build temple one. So that day when I went there was a very strong feeling of Rinpoche that I recall his kindness. So main thing when I think of the Guru, I think of his kindness, I think of his presence, in his presence. So that moment I was not, but that day I know I collect, there was a lot of donation because the donation was keep coming in, because I felt the whole Semalo Kwang email was Rinpoche. I really felt that way. It was him. There's no any other thing. I felt immensely touched, immensely while I'm standing there, but my mind was totally in his presence, that he was there. So that was the first thing, that the Guru is always with you. He had never left you. So you say you are stable. Do you only fear him when you're with him, or you're not with him, you fear him? So when you are with him, you could still not fear him because your mind damn distracted lah. Correct. So you need to upgrade a little bit. When you're with him, you fear him. You fear what he tell you. Then if you upgrade to the higher side, when you're with him, we are not with him. You feel his presence everywhere because you remember his teaching. You remember his kindness to you. Usually most you have to remember his kindness of teaching you the Dharma. That one or two line that really make a lot of difference, that make the whole world of different to you. Till you find that correct, you're not going to improve very much. You'll just be someone who just meet the Dharma. I just came back from Kyoto, Osaka. So I felt that there's quite a lot of different. There's quite a bit of different there. The people there are just pai to, just some devotional practice, but they don't know the major philosophy, the tenets, beside the software behind all the philosophy, then all the science behind Buddhism. They just don't have the knowledge to do it. So I felt very fortunate now to meet J. Tsongkhapa, especially through my teacher Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and also his Holiness Dalai Lama and all my rest of my teacher. So I felt it's really, really amazing that I got the good fortune to really have, even to skim through this understanding. So some of us might think also, how much should I really should progress along the thing? I like to say that you really need to hear the Lambrim, if possible the Lambrim Tremor maybe 5 times. 5 times. Some of the great teachers or the great scholar, right, in the earlier day, right, some of them as well. One of them is called a Frenchman. He's called Matthew Ricard. So he's pretty clever guy. So he he got his PhD, and then he studied with his teacher, and then at a certain point of time, then he decided to get ordained and live with his teacher. He bought a one-way ticket. He bought a one-way ticket. I really liked it, He bought a one-way. That means he really understand that now this is my path and my destiny already. That means he found what he need to do. But some of us have not able to do that because we still got worldly responsibility, because we never we never say enough prayer last life for us to exhaust the thing, We never did it. But you still can practice. You still can practice. Doesn't mean you cannot. You just have to be more skillful, not to be too affected. Try not to perfect samsara. Don't try to perfect samsara. Yeah, touch and go can really. Don't try to perfect the thing. You can't change the people because you think that what you think is correct according to the Dharma. No, you can't change. You probably can't do that. The only thing you probably do is to make it a little bit more bearable for them in your presence. Like if you in the presence of His Holiness, they can feel the mind, they calm down. That means you practice without making any noise, they start to calm down. Ah, then really got. But Sifu, what happened if in my presence I cut down the people scold like mad? That means your presence not very present. Not good enough. Not good enough. Not really, really good enough. But if in the beginning you say that the guy will scold you, create negative karma, it's better to stay away so they don't create negative karma. So in the very beginning, you protect yourself from creating negative karma. As you progress along, through your presence, you help people to stop creating negative karma. That's why they say the offering, correct? The offering of you can offer food, you can offer charity, you can offer the generosity of fearlessness, but the highest offering of dharma. That means you help the person not to create negative karma, dharma. Because the negative karma means will create cause of suffering. So as you progress along, it's something like that. So something that you all can do is to say it's very good to recite Om Mani Padme Hum. It's very good. Even they do not understand or everything. Obviously, at a certain point, they need to start somehow, somewhere, slowly. They will get the hang of it, and they will start to be able to do it pretty well. So I keep saying what Lama Tsongkhapa teaching is so amazing, correct? I say many times. I really want to make sure that you all do not forget J Tsongkhapa. So it's really J Sun. So J Tsongkhapa. J is a short form for Jigsun. Jigsun means someone who have realized. So when they are to realize, right? So without studying the philosophical text, it's very difficult for us to progress along the path. So some of you all have already taken Tantra. So Tantra and Sutrayana and Mantrayana or Vajrayana all belong to Mahayana. Mahayana, Sutrayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana. So when you talk about Sutrayana and Vajrayana, then you will say Sutrayana form the basis of your will to practice Vajrayana. So in Sutrayana, what they use is using the gross mind to understand, to do all their practice. But in Vajrayana, it's same thing. You still need to do the gross mind to do all the practice. But when you meditate, then at a certain point, you finish the Kirim and you do Dzogrim, maybe generation stage, you do the final stage of practicing to access your extremely subtle mind, your clear light mind. So their meditation technique, they are very rare. It's only PV for very few students. You can hear the thing, but not necessarily you're able to do it because you need everything you have. That means the teacher say, I need your everything. And you must be able to surrender. I'm so happy I meet you. Now, please take my everything. Have to be like that. I like it, a total devotion, a total trust, a total respect. No doubt sometimes I use the word surrender. Surrender doesn't pay I take one gun, then you surrender, right? No. It's a total giving up your own child cherishing other, a total respect, a total trust, a total respect. Almost totally, no doubt at all. Whatever they say, now this is the way. You don't even think conceptually anymore already. You don't analyze it. So the counter grain, right? That's why you already finished that first part of the training already, of the common path. That's why at a certain part in Tantra, then it's absolute trust. Because there's no more time, then this become the most shortcut because your guru is Vajradhara teaching you the Dharma. So if you're unable to see the guru as Vajradhara or Dhammakaya, you'll not be able to get the blessing of Dhammakaya or the Vajradhara. Okay, good. So now we do this 15 minutes of meditation. So right now is already April. Which day of April? Today is the 9th of April. Time flies, from the day we start to say Chinese New Year, people come to my house. Then we do the Great Liberation retreat. And then now it's already April. Next month will be Vesak Day already. On Vesak Day itself, so there will be quite many of us will be at Mount Kailash at Jomala Pass. I'm feeling pretty excited because I never bring 95 people, right? Especially all age, all height, all size, all not married one to try to go walk 5,500 meters. with the rest of China. I said, wow. But I'm very confident it will work because now I already started to do preparation already. I not on my preparation. I already called the monks from Bhutan. They are reciting the 8,000 verse 10 times. 10 times. Also, one house 135, we're also doing the 8,000 verse 3 times. So I keep on doing, have to create a lot of merit. You must remember, do not underestimate. It's just that almost launching a rocket to go to the moon or whatever thing. It does not take 1 month preparation. It takes years of calculation and preparation. And you launch a rocket, it's only a small window. It's only a small window opportunity, correct, that we are able to, because the trajectory go out, you to able to do the mathematical calculation and like where to launch and then see or everything. It's not random one. It is actually very, very scientific in progression, very, very scientific. So right now in our this life, all right, it's only a small little window. We are pretty like you're focused on this. When you're young, you cannot focus because it's not your flavor yet. The Chinese they say 花有重开日，人无再少年. You're not going to be young anymore. 花有重开日, the flower, But for you to practice the Dharma, 人无再少年. That means you got this opportunity, right, to really practice the thing. I hope you can always think of this. Think of this often. Think of this often. It's not every day you got to think. But every time you think of this, then say a few Om Mani Padme Hum. I say how fortunate I am. Please make yourself happy. You cannot affect every time the teacher say make yourself happy or whatever. So I do a lot of this 8,000 the 8,000 verse recitation, right? So I feel okay, it's very powerful, really, really powerful. So Lama Zopa Rinpoche so say that writing the 8,000 verse of perfection of wisdom sutra, the benefit is just amazing. You can't believe the amount of benefit that you get from writing the 8,000 verse of perfection of wisdom sutra. He did say to me in a car one day, he said that even you use pencil to write, until you achieve enlightenment, the merit don't run out. Wow, I said, what? Then if you write in gold, then no need to think anymore. They say, wow, that's why Rinpoche got the writing the 8,000 verse of perfection wisdom sutra. So it's really, really very, very, very important. I thought that that's a very quick way, not too difficult. Is it that you must write the best you write, but if can't, then you pick people write in gold, right? So there may be some opportunity for us to be able to commit this type of merit very soon. Okay, I'll let you know in due time. So it's really, really amazing to be able to. So right now we are actually collecting the merit so that we can prepare for future life and for all sentient being. Okay, good. So now we do 15 minutes of our meditation, bringing ourselves back. So every time I talk about nearly half an hour, right, is to help you to focus back on my voice again, or whatever you're looking at the screen. There's someone engaging your mind. I'm engaging your mind right now. I'm engaging your mind in a thought process, in a series of meaning, in a series of gradual paths. Say, bring back, come back, work on your mind right now, work on your mind right now. It's just that you can hear, you don't need a lot of coach to run very fast one. You just need to have one coach that's pretty decent one. Then you then you can start running. You're not going to run very fast in the first training one. You just have to continue to diligently do the thing. It's just that like you got married, the teacher give you teaching, right? It's like putting a lot of food. You need to cook the food, then you can eat. But you don't cook the food. You could have a lot of food now. You're still very hungry, because you never cook the food. So the teacher said, hey, you got a lot of food, you must cook. You cook, then can eat. Then you feel full. Then you keep on saying, I'm very hungry, very hungry. And then say, you got so much of food with you, so much of Dharma, but you're not practicing, then of course, you're hungry because you never cook the thing. You never analyze, you never meditate. Of course, you stay at that whatever level you are. You might really think that you're practicing. So there are shortcut to the practicing. So I say, what is the shortcut? Surround yourself with holy object. Surround yourself with the holy thoughts of the Buddha. Bodhicitta, the two bodhicitta, the bodhicitta, conventional bodhicitta, ultimate. Surround yourself with holy thoughts. Surround yourself with holy speech. Hear some mantra. Hold yourself with holy action, holy object, phenomena. The more holy object you surround, if you put yourself into this, 会变，是假的，包骗。We got don't change. You'll change. No choice. No choice. Your mind is what you are focusing on. You're focusing on things that are not good. It's not going to be very good to you. Like you 一直想报仇 of course you feel angry 啊。你一直观想我很委屈咯，那个人做我很委屈，我怎么疼他？哇，他怎么忘恩负义？因为你只想今生嘛，you only think of this life, but you think of all your past life. 你一个是忘恩负义的臭男人。They can understand when people treat you this way because we never think past and future. So our thing is always like this now is he's like that. Let me 定罪下来，就是他是这么坏的，我是无辜的，不是？你是最大的罪人，什么无辜？So you cannot say Donald Trump is a 罪人. No doubt he's going to create quite a bit of negative karma, but it's the collective karma of the American people, whoever is suffering, that created him, the people from Iran, from Israel, from all the things. So I do not say that who is right or wrong. None are very ultimately clean right now. We cannot say, oh, 他没有造恶业，suddenly 得到恶果. Will not be like that one. So we always don't focus on who is right or wrong. We focus on what can they bring to bring peace right now. I think that should be the thinking. That I think this morning, Angui sent me one small little Facebook post. He said one lady, one young girl, 17 years old, like, while cleaning the temple, then the one beam come. So is it possible to do a virtual section, like seemingly virtual section, and negative karma happen one? No, it could be purification. You must think from that light. Let's say she go there, she very devoted. So be years and years and years and years and years of suffering, correct? Then purify. But I say that when if she goes to the Pure Land, there's no problem, right? So there was once, and I think that in a Lambrim, I don't know which Lambrim, but I read her, right? So they say that there was this man who drowned, old man who drowned the thing. So the family are so sad, so sad. So they went to see the Rinpoche around that area. So the Rinpoche saw use clover and check, then start to laugh. He said, you go to Pure Land already. Why you're so sad? So he say, so whoever sadness must be your negative karma, but you go is good, right? So you see your attachment or what, So we should really be very, very careful. Be careful because we are still relatively not very stable. So once you are very stable, I say that without the presence of the guru, you feel his presence. So 你不敢做坏事. So they say all the great practitioner like Guru Rinpoche say, my mind is vast as space, my actions fine like flour. That means I'll be very careful in all my action of body, speech, and mind. They always say this. So Padma Sambhava say this. So it's very good to once in a while, all right, to recite some mantra Guru Rinpoche, Om Hum, Bhaja Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. So today we do recite a little. So first we sit 15 minutes. So remember my train of thought, the train of thought I'm talking about, the train of thought. Today I try to focus on one thing called presence. So how can you feel present when you're full of thoughts? You can't. Even the Buddha is in front, you can't feel. But you quiet. For the very first time, you feel his presence in the deeper part of your mind. So now, once you start to let go, we can feel the present. For the very first time, you realize, oh, 师父没有骗人，真的，我感觉到. Then something that can even helpful say, and I think of my guru, you think of his kindness, you think of the thing, suddenly you can feel that he is always with you. Or once you know that, 你不怕鬼了，师父, how come got 鬼来? Say, yeah, 鬼来是你跟他的因缘嘛, no need to be too afraid of the thing. Okay, good. So they do 15 minutes of meditation, and then we will do some Om Mani Padme Hum and Guru Rinpoche. So some of y'all say that they would like to go to the Pure Land of Amitabha, Pure Land of Guru Rinpoche. What is the direct course to go through Pure Land Guru Rinpoche? So you can read any of his prayer, like Bache Lamsel, Kusam Molam. So all the prayer you do, at the end you dedicate, may I go to your Pure Land. So that's the course. So it's quite simple. It's not very difficult. Guru Rinpoche say, of course, I welcome you to my Pure Land. Welcome you. So can you go to two Pure Land? You say, 师父, 我可以谈心吗? I want to go Tara. I also like Tara. I also like Chenrezig. I also like Manjushri. But I like the Rafu one. I can go all. But you go inside there, it's all the same because Dhammakaya same. So you no need to like a lot. But right now we do the bearing different mantra because the different aspect to help us grow internally to develop, to complete the accumulation of merit and wisdom. merit and wisdom. Okay, good. So now we do 15 minutes of meditation, bringing about. First, remember, keep your back straight. Keep your back straight. Sit straight, sit still, sit silent. So we begin. Okay, good. So now we take refuge and generate bodhicitta. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, to the Dharma, to the Sangha, and by the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and also the other far-reaching attitude, may I become a Buddha to free all beings from all their suffering. And I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, to the Dharma, and to the Sangha, and by the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and also the other far-reaching attitude, may I become a Buddha to free all beings from all their suffering. And I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, to the Dharma, and to the Sangha. And by the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and also the other far-reaching attitude, may I become a Buddha to free all beings from all their suffering. So visualize the Buddha in front of us and for white, yellow color nectar light touches our three doors, purify all the imprint of body, speech, and mind. And the Buddha come on top of us, dissolve into us, become inseparable from us till we achieve enlightenment. So when I say that you feel the presence, so this is the part where when you study, you understand. When we say present, that means you understand Dhammakaya. It did not come because your eye, ear, nose, taste, touch. So you do not. So sometimes if you got really purify a lot of negative karma, you can probably see the Buddha, that means directly, pure vision. But most of us is like we experience, like sometimes in dream, your mind is less distracted by a lot of things, like certain imprint, like in a dream, you sort of see certain thing. So certain people, because of certain karmic connection, so in dream they got fear, they start to think of the person they got faith in, and they start to rely the person come and save them. I remember there was once there was some sort of challenges in the center. Then I remember Kishalama Kunchok, I was there, Lima Kunchok came down on the thing and picked me and I fly. I fly with my teacher, Kishalama Kunchok. Then for the first moment, then after that he offered me a kata, Then I know what I do is correct. It's quite clear. So in life, we no need to try to explain to many people why you do certain things. It's your business. Remember, Dharma is between you, your guru, and the deity. No, sometimes you talk to all your friends, it only confuse you. I realize that unless your teacher say, okay, talk to this person, I don't have it, just make you, oh, how come you got this one, I don't have this one? Then you start to compare everything. Do all the patient go outside the medical center hospital, compare what type of drugs they have? Oh, well, I got 8 packets, no. Oh, I got 3 packets. So, garbage, correct? I'm not saying you all should not like understand unless it's a very particular thing, try to understand the thing. You don't compare here that I got this one, you don't get this one. Then you go outside the hospital, how come he got this treatment, I don't get this treatment? How that it's nonsensical, it's because you do not understand the whole quality of the thing. So when you say you want to feel the present, you must understand what's the meaning of Dhammakaya. Then you can really feel the present. If you got no understanding of it, you try to think and whatever thing, you can't experience the thing. So it's only for so you see Buddha unfair, Buddha did not say unfair. I give my teacher equal to everyone. But so right now, that's why we need to be generous in our thing to make people sort of hear the Dharma, able to practice the Dharma. If you don't make it available to them, that's why in one of the freedom of the 8 freedom 10 endowment, so one of the endowment is the presence of benefactor. That means people who are very generous, to offer so that people can have a chance to hear. So those people by being generous, means offering to the thing. So that's why many of the things that man be born as a king or as a prince, because if the prince is good enough, then at a certain point, this prince will become the king. So the Buddhist kingdom. So the last Buddhist kingdom, I like to say, probably is Bhutan. I hope, I'm not so sure whether the should be, maybe the Thai got so many monks that I'm not so sure got any more Buddhist kingdom other than that. So there isn't. So last time got one Buddhist kingdom called Sikkim, but the Indian cope them, so they no more, no more kingdom, no more kingdom, Sikkim. Okay, good. So now, understand if you want to go to Guru Rinpoche Pure Land, you recite the mantra Guru Rinpoche as much as you can. How many to recite? If you want to recite, correct, there's one thing. Recite by number, recite by amount of time, or recite until you see the thing. So when we do um, grow Ribu, right, or precious peer. We recite not by how many mantra. We recite until we see sign. That means the peer overflow from a thing. We put a white piece of cloth and then we put the peer, and then after you recite, then the peers will overflow. Then you know it works. You know it works, okay. Or you recite by basing. So when we do a practice, they say, okay, I'm not so confident, I'll be able to see by sign. Okay, I recite how many mantra, let's say 100,000. Or say, I don't know how many days, I want to recite just for a couple of days. I want to take it easy, but every day I will recite 4 sessions. So by time. So at least you must have a goal. So like a structure in your practice. If not, so for Guru Rinpoche mantra, so how many? I said in the very beginning, if you can say 1,000,000 will be good. 1,000,000. Any mantra, 1,000,000 will be very good. 1,000,000 will be quite a nice number. A couple of zero behind. That will be very, very good. That would be very, very, very good. So you need to be very skillful. So first thing, your mind is very holy because you try to always think about compassion. You're always trying to think of the ultimate nature of thing. Understanding the ultimate nature of thing, practice compassion. Then you understand all things are empty because dependent arising. So all things happen because they have created negative karma. Then what you do? So ordinary people is like they find solution to the problem. Their train of thought, I find a solution to the problem. That means the problem, they just find a solution to the problem. But those people who think a little bit more, you need to find a solution to the cause of the problem. There's a much more deeper understanding. I find a solution to the cause of the problem. So the cause of all your problem, by default, and it's usually correct, your problem came from your wrongdoing, came from your self-cherishing and self-grasping. So to solve all the problem, you need to have the wisdom that realize emptiness. So to have the wisdom that realize emptiness, you need to meditate. To be able to meditate on the thing correctly, you need to have concentration that is called shine, calm abiding. To have calm abiding is necessarily you have perfect conduct or morality. So higher morality, higher concentration, higher wisdom. Without higher concentration means having shamatha, you will not be able to have the wisdom that realizes emptiness directly that can negate your ignorance. So without the prior cause of morality, you will not be able to have a shamatha. No way. So it's quite clear. Lama Tsongkhapa established already. Oh, he said, listen, don't anyhow jump. You don't even know what is called conduct. How are you going to meditate? Or how are you going to have concentration, So it's come sequentially, come very sequentially. Okay, good. So now you say some Om Mani Padme Hum. So tomorrow I'll be flying to Kathmandu already. So I attend Rinpoche third anniversary. So I should be able to do Tzipo from there. Because in Kathmandu, do Tzipo very good. Because when I do Tzipo, it's only 6:45. By the time I finish about 8. But in Japan, I do Tzipo, it's like 10 o'clock. By the time I finish on like 11 plus already. Wow. So Singapore 9 o'clock is about just correct for the thing. But if I do in London about 1 p.m., after Tzipo can do a lot of things. Okay, so we recite some Om Mani Padme Hum and some Guru Rinpoche mantra. I think we pray that the war can stop for a while and stop immediately. I felt that if we just have to have very level-minded and we honor our words. We honor our words. So all those politicians want to honor the word but never honor their words. So you no need to catch them. The karma will come back to them. You no need to catch them and punish them right now. Karma will come back for them. Karma is the best policeman. If they kill the people in future, they'll suffer. Is it that can we take all their suffering? Then I pray, may I take all their suffering forever? But I feel that, do I really want to take all their suffering forever? When someone is suffering, no, it's no longer what they do already, it's their suffering right now when I look at it right now. When someone is hungry, it's not that a bad person is hungry. That's why the Red Cross got this one. It doesn't mean that this person killed in the Red Cross and someone is dying. They don't say this is the enemy, this is the friendly force or everything. They treat everybody equally. When someone is hungry, all are equal, all are hungry. Then one is suffering, all are suffering. Actually, the one who created more negative karma are much more in need of help than any other thing, because this is so we must able to open our mind. So the only way to understand this is to make a very outright decision from the very beginning. We don't judge. And we do, if I got this and they come, I can offer, I offer. I do not judge. I think that will be very, very good. Okay, now we say Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, om mani padme hum, om mani padme hum, om mani padme hum, om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, om mani padme hum, om mani padme Om. Om Ahom Bhajan Guru Pema Siddhi Hom. 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 Om Hum Benja Guru Pema Siddhi Hom. Om Hum Bhaja 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 Guru Pema Siddhi Hom. Om Ahom Benja Guru Pema Siddhi Hom. Om Ahom Benja Guru Pema Siddhi Hom. Okay, we do the Vajrasattva, my practice. So every night we do the short Vajrasattva 28 times, then it stops the negative karma from multiplying. So right now, it's no that we cannot visualize very clearly the Buddha, but we must, because using your understanding quoted by the sutra, when you think of the Buddha appear in front of you. You have to use this right now as the form of say, okay, the Buddha cannot lie one. Okay, when I think of the Buddha, Buddha appear in front of me. Then you must think this way. You're in the presence of the Buddha, in the presence of Bodhisattva. As you do the thing, know that you cannot see, you cannot clearly visualize the thing, then the Bodhisattva is really doing the action as you do that mantra, purifying him through the flow of nectar, to the flow of nectar. And the flow of nectar must be followed, accompanied by the purging of negative karma from the body, purged down below, from the speech, purged down from your mouth mainly, and from the mind. It being purged means all the darkness being purged away, that you become brilliant again. So this purging is important. So Vajrasattva practice must be accompanied by the flow of energy, purging the dirt coming down body, purging from the mouth, that means coming up from the mouth, purging speech. Then purging the mind means all the darkness of your mind that is covered by ignorance. That's why they call the darkness of ignorance. The darkness of ignorance. Okay, we begin. So power base, power regret, power antidote, and power promise. Om Bhajasato, 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 Om. So think that all the negative karma is being purged by your visualization reciting this. All the negative karma cannot multiply tonight, today, it stopped. Then the thing of Vajrasattva say, then in fact all are purified. So the day when you say you purify all your negative karma, that means no more trace left, is when you become Arahat, is when you see emptiness directly. That is the very first time you realize you're awakened from the sleepy state of the great sleep of ignorance, the great sleep of ignorance. till you're able to see that you continue have to do purification. There's no choice about it. When there's no other choice, there is no other choice. There's no. It's just that someone on the kidney dialysis, till they got a new kidney, they have to always do a kidney dialysis. So see till you first finally become an Arya being, that means you're not control on it, you have to continue to do the thing because the ignorant inside there will multiply and think this way. So earlier on, I talked about the 8,000 verse of perfection of Wisdom Sutra. This 8,000 verse perfection sutra, Lama Zopa Rinpoche had, and we all probably are here before, right? He read the thing in the thing. So Rinpoche have always said the benefit of making this is most unbelievable, like sky or extensive orbit for to match many Buddha for eons. So it's the most amazing thing. First, it purify mountain of negative karma that result in cancer. It purifies the heavy cause of illness like cancer. It removes major obstacle for business, for dharma activity, for things to succeed. Then it create the cause for mental peace so that you can overcome depression, deep state of peace. So it say that if you write the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra and go for how long you write one word but like this the amount of time to snap a finger. Or I think earlier on I did a few teaching sharing ago. I talked about offering the light to the Buddha for how long. The light for you to take one step. The amount of merit, wow, cannot imagine really. So right now, if you do this particular thing correct for a snap like that, it's more powerful than filling the world with stupa with jewel. They create a cause for you to realize perfection of Wisdom Sutra. So you must understand, you must know this. Oh, because we also can build this do this one to stop war. So this is really most important. This is really, really most important. So this is really, really very important. So I did printed many Perfection of Wisdom Sutra before in small little like one block like a brick, like a brick. So maybe my house maybe got at least maybe 200 copies like this of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra. So I put in the cupboard. So I put in the cupboard. So wherever the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra is, then that thing by seeing, by holding, by thinking, by whatever thing. So you offer to go. So right now I understand. So in the near future, I'll send out something so you all can have a chance to offer. That means the writing of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra. So that's really, really beneficial. Okay, good. So now we do dedication. So due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of a Guru Buddha, that I be able to liberate all the sentient beings from all their suffering. May the precious Bodhi mind not yet born arise and grow, and that born have no decline, but increase for evermore. And pray for a long and stable life of all the Guru teaching true path to enlightenment anytime, anywhere in the world. Long, stable life, especially holiness. We pray for the unmistaken Kapil Rinpoche to be reincarnation to be identified in this life, show the great ability of great scholar, great yogi, and a great teacher. And we pray for all the FMT project center activities to succeed, and especially within Guru Rinpoche, Pokhara, and then Halishi. I also pray for all y'all to really find deep joy, deep stable joy in your ability to practice daily. Not bad, at least I practice daily. Not everybody in the world can say I practice daily one. But those people who take tantric initiation, they know how lucky you are right now. Because your guru say you break vow, you scared her. Right? That's why you have to do your 6 session. You know how lucky right now. When you think it correctly, if you don't have this, you're not. So a lot of people, because they got problem, that's why they meet the Dharma. So the problem become something very lucky that happened in their life. That's why they meet the Dharma. That's why they practice. If you don't practice the Dharma, if you never practice anything, you're not even do have bad thing happen, right? Then you not even start to practice the Dharma. But the fact that you're right now, I pray that you know no need to think of that. I need to get into trouble, but use your wisdom, So fortunate I am, able to hear all this benefit. So amazing benefit, So amazing benefit to do the thing. Okay, good. So I recently get condemned to commission the a gold Heart Sutra. They write in gold. So I dedicate the merit for all y'all, to be able to, because the merit of doing that becomes so many already, right? Then can share. So it's very good to share, can go, of course can share, can rejoice, can rejoice. All those people who read Perpetual Wisdom Sutra, I rejoice. Wow. I'm gonna tell you, it take long time to write one page. For any I think your whole life, probably cannot finish one whole 8,000 verse one. So there was some teacher that I felt that was really, really amazing. Some of the like Matthew Ricard, I say, he met one of his teacher, very truly in the presence of his teacher. His teacher is called Kangyu Rinpoche. He's called Kangyu Rinpoche. He's very famous. He read the Kangyu 21 times, 103 volume 21 times. You think how many, how long did it take? But he can recite 2 volume in one day, 2 volume one day, 2 volume in one day. This one of my teachers, Sangye Nyingpa Rinpoche, also can do it because he finished Kangyu in 1 month. Then people say, cannot lah. So he gave the oral transmission of Kangyu for 13 times. 8 times he read by himself, 13 times he give oral transmission to a big audience. So we always rejoice, and so I rejoice all of you are able to take. What's the essence of Kangyu? Renunciation, Bodhicitta, Sunyata. Must remember this. These are the essence of. You cannot read all the thing, we do the thing. So the Kangyu, I give her some mantra, I read 8,000 verse, Tai Jia Shi Shiriti Jaya Bijaya So. So this is the mantra. So I pray of you, whatever I teach earlier on, you must try to recall and try to practice. So you find joy, that can pacify all the obstacle. Actually, I pray for you one day you can really find true meaning, the true meaning from your own experience, the true. No, that I try to say it's like this, but I want you to discover for yourself the true purpose of you being here this life this time around. 我们说花有重开日，人无重少年，不可能的。So you only young one time. Let's say young one time means young in your Dharma age. 师父我 not young 60岁我在花有重开日，人无从少年。That means you're young in your practice. Must understand this very well, as best as you really, really can. Take essence of it. Okay, we pray especially for now for Lawrence on the Prado passed away 2 days ago, for Ong Ting Ping to have a very great rebirth. Then for Wee Guan Bo, Chua Lake, Jordan Chin, Chang Wilfred, Eric, Chuan Dong Tai, Wong Sao Chin, Jack Choi, Chua Lin Ho, Chuan Dong Tai, Mo Yong, and Chua Pong Hong. Then we pray for these people, that all the people, all y'all here are like to find happiness, stability in your practice. Actually, most of the time, I pray that you are stable in your practice, but how to pray you stable? If prayer can make you stable, then no need to say very much really. But I find that you really find the meaning that so should I pray that you got suffering so that you are so wrong or correct or not? So I so I say, what should I pray? So I pray may you have all the condition for you to realize this one really need effort one. So actually say, okay if you hear the Zoom enough, you probably 师父用心良苦 you probably say, okay, this is the message quite consistent. You can only do whatever thing 随你拥有来生的拥有我要快乐 I feel that I pray may you be happy in every moment of your Dharma practice. In every moment of your Dharma practice, then you can be happy. You can be happy. So most of us don't want to practice very long, so you practice very short. It's okay as long as you're happy. Because the whole purpose of practicing Dharma is to be happy. But you do a little bit, then only 2 minutes you're happy. But you do 1 hour, but you able to do it correctly, you feel 1 hour of joy. Then 2 hours, 10 hours, everything you feel very joyous. Then wonderful, correct? That'll be really, really good. Okay, so we pray for all these people, right, to be free of all the sickness, all the job, all the career, all their wishes, all succeed and according to the Dharma. We pray for Hock Xiang, for Jennifer Lee, Ng Se Teck, for Agnes, to find stable job, for Lawrence Tan, for Tae Kyung, for Justin and family, for Peggy Lim, for Jonah Hay, for Guo Mei Hui, for Li Mei Hui, for Zhu Yong, for Ken Chu, for Sun Xiaoqing, for Mi Lang, Chen Chao Sui, Tan Lei Bo, Bu Gyok Chu, then for Yap Wing Kong Sai Kwan, for Sandy Chuang, for Johan, for Susan Singh, for Sulen Mi Wen, for Mei Bipong, for Ming Chuan, for Teh Bung Kai, for Jory Shah, for Yap Wen Chu, for Hang Piao, okay, for Lee Xiu, for Akyong, so to quickly discharge, then for Lotte King, for Pek Shah, for Tan Lai Wee, for Tan Kei Shang, for Lim Seng, then for Johan Chuan, for Richard Tan, for Desmond Lim, for Tai Ti, for Yap Kong Wai, for Alvin Yo, then for Shan, for Jean, for Guan Si, for Nigel Lim. Okay, then for Amita, for Anita Sim, for Anjali, for Kelly Chung, for Annie Chu, and for Peter Ko. Then we pray for everybody in the Merit Creation Group, in the Zoom Creation Group, then to be able to have happiness, all the family and the student, the family members. And we pray for Lotus do well, for eyewear, for lensman, for nice stone holding, and they do very well. Then also for blossom say all the activity to flourish. So we dedicate all the 3-time merit collected by oneself and all the countless Buddha, Bodhisattva, Pujika, Buddha, Arhan, Daka, and Dakini, and all the Dharma protector which does not exist truly, exist merely labeled by the mind. We dedicate so that I and you also does not exist truly, exist merely labeled by the mind, quickly achieve the state of full enlightenment, also does not exist truly, exist merely labeled by the mind. So once we achieve full enlightenment, every single sentiment, no one left out, also does not truly exist merely labeled by the mind, and lead them to the state of full enlightenment, also does not truly exist merely labeled by the mind, by myself alone, also does not truly exist merely labeled by the mind. 好，最后愿消三障诸烦恼，愿的智慧真明了，普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛，晚安。
Good night, Super. Good night, Super. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Everyone.